Good morning. As you can see, the boys and I made it up north last night. Just having my cup of coffee. It is Saturday morning, so there's just a couple things that we plan on doing today. Not really anything huge or wonderful, but I had to reset the trail camera because it wasn't sending pictures. So every so often you have to charge the solar battery. It's at this time of year especially, just because with the sun angle, we still have all the leaves on our trees, so the sun is not making it through to actually hit the panels. So we had that, usually it's like a 2-week span of where it's not really gathering any sunlight. So I'm going to move the panel and also the camera so that way I get a different view. And on top of that as well, I'm going to start getting some firewood ready for next year. It's already cut, I just have to split it, so the boys and I are going to be doing that. And then that's really about it. As of right now, I think the boys are just having their breakfast. They're gonna want to do some fishing. It's the Badger Bama game today as well, so we're gonna take some time out and just kind of watch that and enjoy it. But yeah, no real hard work other than, the log splitting. So, all right, let the day begin. All right. So it's about 9:30 now. I decided to actually move the trail camera, and the main reason why we had the trail camera to start with was so that way, we're 4 hours away. This way we can see if anyone's coming up and down the driveway. It's been 7 years now, and I think we've only had like 5 people come down the driveway, and it was just more to take a look and check, see what's going on down here, because it kind of looks like a walking trail if you're just walking, and all of a sudden you see that. So, but otherwise, I wanted to be able to kind of check up on the camper, so I end up moving it to right there, and this is a picture that you can see. So that's the picture that I just took, but this way, from this angle, you can kind of get a little bit more of the camper. We can judge the snow depth. We can see if anything fell on the camper, and it still kind of gets you a little area. So that's kind of what the picture would end up being like, if it's not just zoomed in on a person. So it does get me a little bit of the left side. It does get me the camper, and with the solar pack right there, it will get me some sun in the morning, and it's got that one and then that one. So I will get southern exposure, probably not that much, but once all these leaves go down, it's going to be a little bit better. So now we're going to go ahead and get some logs split, because 2 winters ago, Joe and I came up, or actually, well, 2 springs ago, Joe and I came up and cut down all those danger trees. Well, we still have some of them that we haven't even split yet, because I was having some carburetor issues with that thing. So it has now been fixed, and I still have all these logs over here that have just been sitting there drying. So we're gonna get those split, and that should be quite a bit of wood, but we also got to get that stuff moved. So we want all that stuff from the right to go over to the left, so that way we know that's the stuff that's already been split a long time ago. So we're gonna get that moved, and then we're gonna start working. Well, we got one pallet pretty much done. Those logs I'm gonna have to chop up a little bit different because they won't fit in there in the log splitter, but that's, if I grab the chainsaw, I can just saw them down a little bit too. But then after that, we just got those logs on the back, and good news that you can already see. So pretty much everything that was in there before, Adam and I moved off to the left of that center line. So everything there, that's the stuff that was already dried. This is all the new split stuff. So we should, resupply this thing pretty good. So I'm happy so far, and we'll just keep on going and see how much we end up with. The other thing that I wanted to note was, the last time that I came up here, I had to use the lawnmower, and the battery was dead, and it took forever to get the thing to charge. So It's like, well, I've got that trickle charger that I used to use for the Bobcat, and I hooked it up. And the trickle charger did more than enough to keep it a charge in that thing. So even though we don't need it for the Bobcat anymore because the Bobcat's got a brand new battery, well, now I can still use it for this. So got to get some gas for this thing as well because we're almost out, and this thing just sucks through gas so fast because it's got such a big motor, the 17.5 horsepower. But might even give this thing a cleanup as well. Like, we don't use it that often, but when we do, it's nice because now I don't have to use the Bobcat because this has a little tow hitch on the back, and it just makes it easier. All right, so it is now 10:30. Told the boys we're gonna go to the Balsam store, come back, get this stuff stacked, watch the start of the Badger Bama game, and come back out at halftime and do a little bit of fishing and have some fun. But yeah, this is really the last chore that we're gonna be doing this weekend. So the quicker we get it done, the quicker we don't have to do anything else. So taking a little break from the Badger game, but we've got all the wood split. So I moved the stuff that I had down in the bottom there, just because I wanted everything on the left and all that new stuff on the right that we just split today. Well, it was starting to fall over, so I was like, nope, I'm just gonna do this. So everything on the left there from the center line, that's all dry, ready to go. So again, that's gonna be plenty for the rest of the year. And then this stuff is going to be drying throughout winter. As you can see, some of it was still a little wet. It's got the little blue stuff in there. It kind of tells you that it was gonna start rotting. So I'm glad that I did this weekend. But yeah, so I'm gonna take a break, go back to the game. This was probably about 45 minutes worth of chipping here. The log splitter is a little bit louder than normal, so I didn't want the boys out here because it was gonna hurt their ears. So I'll have them come out here and stack in a little while. But everything else is looking good. So we got a couple more things done. We decided to clean out the fire pit. And from the very first video, we had the original fire pit was more kind of over here. And then we moved it over here once we got these bricks. And then there was a tree that was right in the way. So I decided to cut it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, we'll have the fire pit here and we'll just burn out this stump because, you know, it's gonna eventually burn. Well, I was cleaning out the fire pit and went down pretty deep, getting all the ashes out, and the next thing you know, what do I see? The stump, as you can see it from here. So I now have a new mission where I need to take out that stump, but I mean, there was probably 6-7 inches of ash and sand and everything on top of that. So in a way, it surprises me, but in a way it doesn't, just because that stump was always stubborn to start with. So, but yeah, we'll take care of that here later on the night. We're gonna do some fishing here. I got this whole area cleaned out, and that's the wood that we have split. So now keep in mind, this is 8 feet long and it is 4 feet deep. So it gives you enough for 2 solid rows, and everything on the right there, that's all the new stuff, and everything on the left there, again, that's the stuff that we can burn. We'll see how long it takes, but everything on the right there, well, we're not going to touch that for at least next year, if not late next year. And since I've got time, I'm going to start targeting some trees that I want for firewood, and I'm going to cut the bark off so that way the tree's going to dry standing, and that way I don't have to take it down for a while. So I don't know which ones I'm going to do yet, but I'll figure that out later. In the meantime, all of our chores are done. Everything's already put away. The last thing I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to drain the water heater because we're not going to use it. We're very, very low on water anyway, and it's just only going to cause nothing but problems if I try to heat that up, and then the pump might go out. So I'd rather not take that risk. I don't want to fill the camper because we're draining everything in the morning. So, all right, on to some more fun.
Bye. See you Oh my gosh.
What?
That's all mud.
Hopefully I can make it out here.
Hope so.
Oh, Daddy.
See that red dot? That is Logan's fishing.
That's pretty much about it.
What?
I will not be able to get this.
Oh.
I think it's
We
pulling
try.
it.
No, do not pull on it.
Are you not gonna? Are you stuck?
No, I just broke the line for you. No, it's fine.
Why
We
did
can put a new hook on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. I'm going in.
Go for it. I dare you.
Just say one. It will be
Alright,
very.
so
It'll
Logan,
be.
can you reel this back in for me, please?
Rub it. I dare you.
No. The yeah. Good thing is
It would've
there
been
is no.
better if you would have been like, I'm reeling in a big one.
He's coming back out.
Oh mud. Oh mud.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the good news is that these still work.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's now Sunday morning. I am just gonna go have finish my coffee at my usual spot. And after that, we're just getting cleaned up and should be heading out around 11:30. And then we're gonna stop at my brother's for lunch and watch the second half of the Packer game. But then I also have to pick up down here too. Just a nice, peaceful morning. What you doing, bud?
Getting pine cones to get the pine cone blaster.
Oh, okay.
Get the pine cone blaster. Film a video of these.
Okay.
Pine cone blaster. There we go.
Well, we're just getting ready. We're almost all cleaned up. Figured I would do a little picture down here, a little video down here.
You're making this video, right? Wow.
Tree's still there. Blueberry plants looking pretty good. Yep, good job. Crab apple tree. Still growing. This one came back pretty good this year, so I'm kind of happy with that. It should be a Honeycrisp. And then I dumped the rest of the worms in there. So we'll go through in springtime and kind of clear all this stuff out. Or if we come back up here and plant some garlic later. But as you can see, some of the moss that's here is already frosted over. And some mushrooms. But camper's pretty much cleaned up. Everything is winterized. Just shutting everything off, and then we'll be on the way home. Oh, we got a little bit of time before we head out, so I figured I'd just come down here and check in everything. And I'm gonna close up the shed, so that way nothing really starts making that home. Got a lot of crap in here. Lower down trees, still haven't touched. Bobcat's in the spot. Still got to re-level that thing, straighten it out. So you can see it's not straight. But concrete pad still looks to be in decent shape. I'm happy with that. Looks like we got a new down tree. actually snapped off up there. So it's just the top of the tree. But that's why we have these trees that we call danger trees, because if you're not paying attention, that can just snap off. And it's been a while since I've taken a walk back here, so let's see what we got. And as you can tell from that, not too much. Got a couple down trees, but it's been a while since I've been back here. It's just, there's just so much to do and not enough time to do it. So, I mean, even if I lived up here full time, it would just be non-stop. But, all right, well, time to grab the stuff, or grab the boys, and we'll be heading out.